isn't sweating the worst loss of his career from this past weekend, telling Pat McAfee yesterday, quote, "I think it's just a good learning lesson for us." He also gave a unique explanation for his first of 2 interceptions. Take a listen for yourself.
I don't like to make a lot of excuses for interceptions. You know, there's some ones, there's some, ones you wish you had back. There's some ones that really aren't your fault. That one was entirely due to the double nut shot I took.
I have no comment. Shannon, what do you make of Rodgers' remarks yesterday?
Skip, look. He's right. You have to move on. But I'm really tired of Aaron. Because
Finally.
He keeps talking about, we and us. But this offseason, I ain't hear anything about no we and us. I needed a break. I needed to take time. I had to contemplate my future. It wasn't nothing about no we. It wasn't about no we and us. Now, all of a sudden, you get the brakes beat off you if we didn't have the energy. We didn't have the fire. We need to play better. Where's the I? I need that same eye that you had this offseason about what you needed to do and what you wanted to do. That's what I needed to hear.
Preach.
I needed to hear, I need to play better. Don't worry about the defense. I don't want to hear you mention anything about anybody else because you didn't mention anything about anybody else this offseason.
Thank you.
It was all about, I needed a break. I was thinking about retiring.
Thank you.
I wanted that Jeopardy job, and I was on vacation with my fiance, and I was doing this, and it was just good. It was good for me to get. It was good for me to get away. He ain't say nothing about no. It was good for us to get away. It was good for we. This is what we should have been doing. All that being said, yes, he's right. It was only one game, but I'm gonna need you to take more ownership of this and says, you know what? Yes, I need to play better. It starts with me. And when I play better, the team plays better because I need you to have that same energy about you had this offseason. I need you to have that right now. And I ain't seeing that. So I want you to stop doing all that talking about we and us. Ain't no we and us now.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden it's we and, man, how you got us into that? Ain't no, what us? What you mean? I got us into that. You ain't say that when you got into the boat.
I co-sign. If we weren't still under pandemic protocol, I would walk around this table and hug you for what you just said about your man, Aaron bleeping Rodgers. This interview, this session is with his buddies, McAfee and A.J. Hawk, who used
to play with the Green Bay, yeah.
But this was Aaron at his blame-deflecting greatest. He will not own any of this. He arguably played the worst game of his career under the circumstances, and he owns none of it because it's a we. He'll own it with the team, but even in his earlier remarks, he said, yeah, the offense was bad, but we couldn't get off the field. Well, he doesn't play defense, so the we is the defense. And he said it was 17-0, and we'd run 12 plays. That means fingers pointed at defense.
Yeah.
Couldn't get him off the field.
So let me ask you a question. So you did run 12 plays, so is there a limit of how many plays you can run before you score a touchdown? So you did have the ball. So when New Orleans scored, did they kick? This ain't basketball, Aaron. I don't know if you ever played one-on-one where you play make it, take it.
Yep.
They score, they kick the ball off of you. So I'm just trying to figure out why you only had 12, why we only had 12 plays.
Good question. So he goes on to say that 2/3 of his text messages he received after the game reminded him that the Buccaneers also had lost to the New Orleans Saints last year 38-3 and obviously went on to win the Super Bowl. But Aaron kind of poo-pooed that, saying, well, that's sort of like trying to make chicken salad out of chicken, you know what.
Right.
And then he moves on to the interception. He said, we had the one good drive, and I unfortunately threw the interception. And he said, I don't like to make excuses. And then he made one of the all-time great excuses. He says on the first interception that ended a fairly lengthy drive, he took a shot below the belt.
Right.
And he got hit in the man region on both sides of the man region. And so here we're seeing the play. And to me, it smacked of the all-time greatest excuse. Poor Aaron, he got hit in the man region. We got to give him a break because that's why he threw the ball sideways.
Skip, I wonder if I'm going up to catch a pass and somebody hit me there and I drop it, can I come back and say, man, I would have called that, but I got hit below the belt?
Well,
man, nobody would hear that.
You could try, but you would fail.
Exactly.
Nobody would care. No, and nobody cares about this, but I don't know, maybe some people in Packer Nation would say, that's why he threw it sideways to the wrong color jersey, right?
Skip, on an earlier radio show, Jermichael Finley, and let me tell you how things work, Skip. When people outside say something about you, you can kind of deflect that, or you don't know what's going on. But it carries a lot more weight when someone that played with us, that we knew, that was in that very locker room, says things that what Jermichael Finley said. That's going to sting Aaron. Now, he can play it off and say, oh, that doesn't matter. Oh, but it does matter. Because you're talking about this is not somebody that's from the outside that's looking in. This was someone on the inside that also got an opportunity to look out.
True.
So that's going to cause, and he said I don't see the work ethic in Aaron that I've seen in previous years. He also said Aaron is great at finger pointing. That's one of the things. He'll finger point. He's very, very, very condescending. He's aloof. He's a lot of other things, too. But unfortunately, we are a family program.
But he's a classic diva.
Yeah, and so for me, Skip, look, I didn't want to hear nothing about no we when you spent the entire offseason talking about I. So now it's we. We got beat. You know, we got to play better. We got to come out with more energy. Well, what do you think about that? You know, well, it's Packers. This is a we. This is the us situation. So I need to think about what's in the best interest of us. It was in the best interest of you. So now it's we lost. Oh, it's a we. No, you played bad. You played terrible. They go as you go.
So the biggest reason to me that Aaron is able to sit back, kick back on the TV radio show that he does, that's his weekly gig.
Right.
And basically say RELAX is because now they play on Monday Night Football at home against the Detroit Lions, who did rally furiously and pridefully against San Francisco, but they were, you know the score, they were way down in the early fourth quarter, or they down 3 touchdowns, and they did make a game of it.
Right.
They're also 10-point dogs at Lambeau.
Wow.
So that I'm starting to look harder at that division. I'm not sure that that's not the worst division in football. If you look at the bottom feeding 3 teams, is that division still that much better than the NFC least? Because the least, Dallas looked way better than anybody thought. Philly looked way better than anybody thought.
But at least, Skip, I think those teams don't have anybody as bad as the Giants.
That is debatable. I'm still not sure about the Lions. I'm still not sure they're that much better than the Giants.
I just want to know why, Skip, this team was as unprepared, it seemed mentally, physically, emotionally, as they were going against New Orleans. The thing is, Skip, what you would have thought they would have tried to do, say, you know what? They don't have Drew. Let's go put their backs against the wall early on, jump on them quick, and let's see how they respond. Now, we know if they have Drew Brees, they feel they can come back, but they're starting a new quarterback. This is basically a new. So let's see. Let's put them against the wall. You let a team jump out 17-0. Oh, they're going to start to feel real good, but good luck coming back from that.
I hear no ownership. I hear no urgency.
That's where you got to miss me.
I hear no leadership. Like, it starts with me. I've got to clean up my game. I don't hear that from him at all.
You know what I think of him as a quarterback. But he and I probably would have had a lot of problems.
I agree.
Because that finger pointing and that blame, the first time you talk about do this, I'm going to come and say, hey, bro, we'll talk about this behind closed doors, but you
don't show me up like that on national television.
That's the thing that John, there were times I ran the wrong route or I did something wrong. John Elway, he went out, hey, it was the Monday. I needed you to do this. I thought we were telling you we were going to do this.
That works.
That's fine. But he, just like me, I used to throw my hand up, I'm jumping up and down. He would come to me and say, don't do that. He said, don't show me up. No problem, bro, I got you. Did that one time, he'd say, okay, cool. You say you don't like, okay.
Well, and we know Aaron's teammates are listening to what he's saying, right? So how long does this work? If it continues, he is not afraid to share his opinion, guys. And can they rebound? That'll be the big question. I need to talk about this, though. Did a Patriot legend just settle the score between Bill Belichick and Tom Brady? This is a legend here. I'll explain.